Kita stood in front of his bathroom mirror, toothbrush hanging out of his mouth, with foam from the toothpaste coating his bottom lip. Game day. He was going to start his ritual right before it was time to leave for the game. He might not get much playtime, but he liked to be there to support his team. He was the captain after all. Once he made it to school, he greeted his teammates and broke up a fight between the Mirror twins. Sorry, Kita. He smiled at them and went to his locker. Time skip. After school, he had started to perform his pre-game ritual. Kita started with cleaning their locker room. He hadn't been doing it for very long, maybe 15 minutes, when Atsumu and Suna poked their heads in. Kita-san. Shinsuke jumped so high before whirling around to face them. Yes. Are we just supposed to ignore the fact that you just jumped out of your skin? Kita stared at them intensely and they both winced. I guess so. Kita turned around and continued cleaning. What did you guys need exactly? Oh. Suna wanted to see how your cleaning was going. Titch. Thanks for throwing me under the bus, Mia. It's going fine. It's just cleaning. Cool. Was that all you needed? Yeah. In that case, can you tell Aran to come back here? I need to talk to him before we leave. Sure, Kita-san. Let's go, Sangwoo. He pushed the blonde out of the way, ignoring his protests. After the pair had finally left, Shin went back to cleaning. As he was finishing up, he reached for a bottle of cleanser, but his hand didn't make contact. He kept feeling around, but his efforts amounted to nothing. He managed to look over and all around but couldn't find it. I guess I just misplaced it. Shrugging it off, he got back to work. A few minutes later, the same thing happened. Another bottle just disappeared. Again. Kita looked around but couldn't find it. Through his little search, he discovered several other bottles missing. Is that why they both came in here? I bet this was Atsumu's idea. Haha, very funny, guys. What a great joke. Opposite of his expectations, they didn't show their faces or make any sort of noise. Hello? I know you guys are here. Can I have my stuff back, please? Silence. Dead silence. What? A loud clattering brought him out of his thoughts. He physically jumped back and almost tripped over himself. What the hell was that? His question was answered when he saw his boyfriend, Aran, coming out from a hidden corner, his head thrown back in laughter. Shinsuke's expression changed from one of fear and panic to one full of disappointment. How immature, Aran. Answer this for me. How old are you again? Aran tried to regain control of himself. He cleared his throat and snickered several times before he had the ability to respond. Sorry, Shin. But you should have seen your face. He started to laugh again, but his boyfriend's warning look made him put an end to it. I'm going to assume that Suna and Atsumu had some involvement. You know it. Did they bribe you or something? What made you go along with their plans? Aran simply shrugged. It seemed like fun. I never see you smile or with your guard down. This was a new side of you. Me being scared. Yup. Kita stared blankly before a small smile broke through, quickly leading to a fit of laughter. See, I like your smile. I like mature, logical you, but this one is more enjoyable. Thanks for your evaluation. I'll take it into consideration. Or, already back to normal, eh? I need to finish. Right. As Aran was walking past him, he kissed him, which Kita was absolutely not expecting. He turned away as his face became flushed. Oh yeah, you needed to talk to me, right? It's not important. It can wait. Alright, whatever you say. Are you sure? Just get out. Oikawa was coming back to his apartment after a long day. He was just hanging out with Atsumu and Hinata. They had been everywhere, shopping at multiple stores, and then went to a couple of cafes and restaurants. He sighed as he took off his shoes and walked to the kitchen. When he got to his kitchen, he saw that a water bottle was on the counter, which wouldn't have been abnormal, since he had water bottles everywhere, but he had left in a hurry that morning. Did I leave this out? No, there's no way. I didn't even eat this morning. We had stopped at a cafe. Maybe from the night before? He shrugged it out and blamed it on his horrible memory and downed the rest of the water bottle. He went to his room and flopped onto his bed. I need to shower, but I don't want to get up to shower. He whined and groaned after finally convincing himself to get up. He started the shower and then went back to his room to grab clothes to change into. Once he was back in his room, he noticed something that he hadn't noticed before. Why is the closet door open? I always close this door. Damn, I really didn't finish anything this morning. He grabbed his clothes and got in the shower. While he was actually in the shower, he heard noises, like somebody was moving or walking around his house, but bumping into everything. What the fuck is that? The entire time he was in the shower he pulled the curtain back several times because he thought he heard something. And every time he laughed, out loud, at himself. I'm losing my fucking mind. I really need to get in bed, but actually go to sleep. He got out of the shower and went to his room, without bothering to close his door. He was in his own house, and alone. Who cares? Oikawa was settling into his room when felt arms wrapped tightly around his waist and a hand covering his mouth. He screamed, but it was muffled, obviously, and he tried fighting back against his unknown assailant. He heard a laugh and he calmed down a little bit. He reached and moved the hand off of his mouth. Iwaizumi laughed again and let him go, and immediately Oikawa turned around. Surprise, he said with a cocky smile. Iwa, what the hell? You scared the shit out of me. Iwaizumi was trying not to laugh but he was failing miserably, both at not laughing and fighting off his boyfriend's barrage of attacks and punches. What is so funny? It's not funny. You should have seen your face, he said in between laughs. Oikawa had his arms crossed and he was scowling at him. Why would you do that? It's not even funny. Neither is playing dead. What? Oh. He looked down and Iwaizumi snickered. It's not the same thing, Iwaizumi. Same thing to me. Iwa smirked and the look made Oikawa scoff. So what? How long have you been here? In my apartment? Not that long. An hour? Hour and a half? 2 hours maybe. 2 hours. Yeah. Why have you been here for so long? Originally I just wanted to surprise you, but you weren't here so I just decided to wait. Then, I got the idea to scare you when you got back. Oikawa groaned after hearing his confession. Thanks for your compassion, Iwa-chan. You're welcome. Oikawa chuckled a little bit before looking up at his boyfriend, who was sitting on his bed with his signature smirk. Do you wanna get out of my room now? Why? I need to change. You say that like I haven't seen more of you. Too bad, you're not gonna see it today. Get out. Iwaizumi stood up and pouted as Oikawa pushed him out of his room. Or, no fair. I don't want to hear it. Get out. By Semi. By Shira. He waved animatedly and smiled when Semi returned the gesture before leaving the gym. He stood still for a moment before returning his focus to what he was doing. He was now the last person in the gym. Normally it would be him and his boyfriend, but he wasn't this time. As a matter of fact, I haven't even seen him today. Maybe he's just busy, or he just didn't come to school today. No, probably busy. It's not like him to miss school. He shook his head as if to shake the thoughts out of his mind. He wasn't practicing anything specific. It's not like he could do much now since Semi and Shirabu were gone. So, he worked on his serves. Why am I working on serves? I'm already good at them. But it's not like I can really do anything else. He walked up to the line and started serving, repeatedly. He was good at them, but he could be better, yet he still performed mindlessly. He kept doing them until one of the balls hit the net and it snapped him out of his trance. Tendou looked up to check the time. 8 o'clock. Still not late enough. I can stay a little later, 30 more minutes, then I'll leave and go home. That's what he had said almost an hour ago. However, this time he managed to maintain the promise that he made to himself and left. He had gone to the club room to change and for once he was able to take his time. It's not like anyone is waiting on me right now. After he was done he grabbed his bag and left the room. He had started walking home when he remembered something. Oh shit, I need to lock up the gym. Tendou doubled back and jogged back to lock things up. He released a sigh of relief and returned to walking home. As he was walking, he allowed himself to be consumed by his thoughts. I wonder where Ushi was today. He never misses school or even the chance to practice. Especially with me. He snickered at the thought before going back into his head. Maybe he was sick today. That would explain why I didn't see him today. I hope it was because he just didn't want to see me. Nah. It couldn't be that. Who wouldn't want to be around me? I'm just that amazing. Tendou smiled at this thought before chuckling a little bit. It wasn't long before his mind shifted somewhere else. I wonder what I'm going to eat. Maybe mom cooked something for dinner? I hope she did. I'm not really in the mood to make something. I want sleep. As if to confirm that thought, he yawned. He sighed before flinching at someone's hand touching his shoulder. Ah. What the fuck? He brought his hands up in a defensive position and spun around, but he put them down when he saw who it was. Ushi, you scared the living crap out of me. He released a breath and let out a trembling laugh. Sorry for scaring you. You're fine. Just, what exactly are you doing here? Oh, I was following you. That's a little weird. Why exactly? Sorry, I saw you leave the gym late, so I thought that I'd follow you. I just wanted to see you get home safe. Oh, he's so cute. Why didn't you just call out to me? You could have walked with me, instead of just following behind me in the dark. I'm sorry, that probably would have been a better idea. It's fine. Now you can though. I can now do what? Walk with me. Let's go, Miracle. Tendou grabbed his hand, intertwining their fingers, and pulled him along. A small blush spread across Ushijima's cheeks, and it only grew whenever Tendou looked back and smiled at him. Thank God it was dark. Bye Yakan. I'll see you later. Lev had smiled and waved at his boyfriend, who immediately blushed at the nickname and looked the other way. Idiot. Or, isn't that cute? What are you talking about? Little Yakan is blushing. Shut up, Roosterhead. Look at that. Your face is getting even redder. At this rate, you're going to lose your reputation as Demon Senpai. Yaku scowled and Kuroo snickered. The two continued to bicker until they reached their last class, which they just so happened to share. Personally, Yaku hated this class. It was a subject he disliked and he hated how the teacher just droned on. It was boring and hard to stay awake. Plus, to make matters worse, Kuroo was there too. Hey, Yakan. Yaku. Yaku. Ha. What? Do you know what's going on? Yaku narrowed his eyes at the middle blocker. Why are you asking me that? As if I have any idea what's happening. Yaku groaned quietly before continuing. You're so smart. You of all people should know. Kuroo sighed and didn't bother him for a few minutes after that. Yaku. Yes. Kuroo. Do you have a pencil? Yaku gave him a side-eye look before breaking into a smile. He was fighting the urge to break into a fit of laughter. What's so funny? Nothing that you said was funny, but what you said was funny. Kuroo's face screwed up into an expression that just screamed confusion. That doesn't even make any sense. I know, but I know what you're doing, so thanks. Kuroo smirked and looked away. I can't have you falling asleep on me. Despite Kuroo's efforts, Yaku still managed to fall asleep. It's not like it mattered since it was the last class of the day. Kuroo left him to sleep through the last part of the class and didn't wake him up after. Yaku woke up and realized what time it was and groaned as he rubbed his eyes and stood up. Damn it. Coach Nakamata is gonna kill me for missing practice. He decided to just go home. It was already too late. As he was walking the halls, he noticed it was eerily quiet. He chalked it up to the idea that everyone had already left. So he wasn't prepared when he was suddenly lifted off of his feet, a couple of feet into the air. Holy crap. Whoever that is. Put me down. The unknown assailant didn't respond but instead opted for changing Yaku's position. He was thrown over a shoulder and he immediately knew who it was. Lev. What are you doing? Why are you still here? I could ask you the same thing. Why weren't you at practice? Yaku sighed and stopped fighting, knowing that it was useless. Lev wouldn't put him down until he wanted to. I fell asleep in my last class. Nobody woke me up and I just missed practice. I've told you to stop staying at the gym so late. Part of getting better is making sure you have some type of energy. Yaku muttered something underneath his breath. How are you younger than me and giving me advice? What was that? Nothing. Nothing. You just scared me. Why didn't you just call out to me or something? I thought that this would be more fun. Well, it's not. For me it is. I'm going to get you back for this. Just wait until our next practice. I swear I'm going to work you so hard. Oh no. I'm so scared. The sarcasm is not appreciated, you titan.
And it goes a little something like